Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Your Excellencies, Miss OO, as the lecturer of Sociolinguistic, let me introduce myself. My name is Amanda Maulina Melia. My ID number is KKI 2303002000046. In this video, I would like to give some additional description about diglossia, bilingualism, and code switching. And let's start with the first one. Okay, about diglossia. In his original article on diglossia percussions, aim was to examine a linguistics situation where two or more varieties of a language, that is, two genetically related varieties, the high variety henceforth H and the low variety henceforth L, are used alongside each other in a speech community, with each having a definite role to play. And in Ferguson's original article definition, H is described as a highly codified and complex variety, literally rich and used for formal purpose. L is grammatically simpler and used for informal purpose such as in ordinary conversation. And then, ya, jadi diglossia atau diglossia ini adalah istilah kata untuk keragaman dua dialek yang berasal dari satu bahasa induk atau satu bahasa ibu dan diakui pada waktu bersamaan. Tercatat dalam Kamus Besar Bahasa Indonesia atau KBBI, diglossia memiliki arti situasi kebahasaan dengan pembagian fungsional atas variasi bahasa atau bahasa yang ada dalam masyarakat. Ferguson sendiri mengartikan diglossia sebagai sebuah kata yang dapat digunakan untuk menyatakan peranan dua variasi bahasa yang mewakili keadaan masyarakat. Misalnya, ragam atau bahasa A untuk suasana resmi di kantor misalnya atau di sekolah, dan bahasa B untuk suasana intim di rumah, seperti itu. Permit ma'am to mix with bahasa Indonesia too. And then the second one is bilingualism. Is defined as the usage of two languages by a speaker in his or her communication with each other. In order to speak in two languages, he or she absolutely must understand those two languages. The first one is his or her mother tongue, and the second one is the other language, which become his or her second language. Renton suggests replacing terms such as native speaker and mother tongue with language expertise, language affiliation, and language inheritance. Jadi kalau misalnya ada seorang pengajar yang bisa bahasa Inggris juga, misalnya orang Indonesia yang bisa bahasa Inggris juga, itu bisa kita katakan sebagai English as an additional language atau EIL, or English as a second language or ESL. These terms are used to describe the learning of English in addition to the learner's first language. And then, jadi relationship between diglossia and bilingualism, hubungan antara diglossia dan bilingualisme. Yang pertama, the first one is both diglossia and bilingualism. Describes a situation where two linguistics varieties exist in a community. The H and L varieties, which are functionally distributed as in diglossia. The second one is diglossia without bilingualism. It's a situation where two or more speech communities are united religiously, politically, or economically into a single functioning unit, notwithstanding the socio-cultural cleavage that separated them. And then the third one is bilingualism without diglossia. is a situation where bilingual speakers use either language for any purpose. There is no compartmentalization between the language varieties, and therefore one of these varieties might dominate and replace the other. Then the last, neither bilingualism nor diglossia describes a situation where there is only one variety used, thus a monolingual speech community. And then kita masuk ke kode switching, ya. Kode switching when speakers of various language converse with each other fluently. They often include words and sentence by using different language in a single discourse and switch from one language to the another one. Such conscious and unconscious conversational strategy is known in linguistics as a code switching. Faktor influencing in the occurrence of code switching, faktor-faktor yang mempengaruhi code switching adalah the participant, first one, and then the second one is the setting or social context of the interaction, the topic, and the last is the function. Maybe that's it for me. I do apologize if there is many mistakes that I have made. Thank you for your nice attention, ma'am. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.